in the fire of love, send all young people so that, driven by your gifts, they may bring to the four corners of the world faith, hope, and charity, becoming great builders of a culture of light and peace and catalysts of a new world. Amen.
Chapel. I think there are still some places here and there for people who don't have places to sit. If you'd like to find one, or if you're comfortable standing in the back, that's fine too. We're thrilled to hear the organ again, and want to thank the Cole family once again for their very generous donation. And also thank you to Dr. Joseph Eppink of the College of St. Rose for being with us, and thanks to Mr. Jenkins for making it possible for us to have him here. Thanks to all of you, to our teachers, to our staff, to parents, to students, to our campus ministry team, Mr. Hedko, to Mr. Jenkins, to, I didn't say already, our maintenance staff, everybody, thank you for helping to plan for today. This is an event with lots of people and lots of moving parts, and I'm really grateful to everybody for their help in making it all happen. We have some nice surprises for you today, and we'll also try to be respectful of your time. Busy time of year for everyone, but we're just thrilled to have you all with us. We're here together as a community today to celebrate. Most of us are probably thinking about the start of the summer. Now, there's a cause for celebration. Whatever you're doing this summer, if you're working, if you're going to camp, if you're climbing a mountain, if you're biking across the country, if you're taking a class or lying on a beach somewhere, all of us are looking forward to a change in routine, a change in scenery, and after a very long winter, a change in the weather. Even though some of us are, despite our very best intentions a few cold months ago, already complaining about the heat. We'll try not to. Here at school, a very big change this summer, July 1st in fact, will be the arrival of our new head of school, Pam Clark. We look forward to welcoming her to our community, and I know that she looks forward to welcoming every one of you. We gather as a community at the close of each year to celebrate our students, your hard work, all that you've learned, all the fun that you've had, everything that makes a school year wonderful. This is a special day of celebration for students in our transition classes, grades 4, 8, and 12, who are ready for some big changes in their lives in school, moving into the middle school, moving into the upper school, and heading off to college. It wasn't really that long ago that we all gathered here in the chapel for convocation, celebrating our school, our mission, and welcoming new students and teachers to the community. Not long after that, we had our first back-to-school barbecue, a great event, a new tradition, and a perfect way to welcome new families to our community. And speaking of people who are new this year, if you are a new student, a new parent, a new grandparent, a new friend of the school, if you raise your hand, wave your hand. There are lots of you. We're so glad. We've loved having you with us. Every fall, we welcome new families, new teachers, and staff to Noel Stewart. Every year, our community changes, becoming stronger and richer with the addition of children and adults with a wide variety of backgrounds, experiences, and talents. Artists, mathematicians, musicians, athletes, writers, scientists, and so much more. And over each year, we watch all of you change. Some of you change in very obvious ways. It's pretty hard not to see a 6-inch growth spurt between December and January. But some of you grow in quieter ways. But change is the common denominator. School is all about change, which is probably why we love our traditions so much. Those rituals that we repeat year after year that give us comfort and a sense of belonging, just like our ceremony today. Change is the essence of schools. Each new thing that we learn changes us. Each new person that we meet changes us. Each challenge, each failure, each success changes us. Every missed opportunity, every kindness of our own or of others changes us. be a time of change for some of the adults in the community who are moving on to do new things. As we welcome new friends to the community as a community in September, I'd like to take this opportunity as a community to say some goodbyes. So please join me in thanking and wishing all the best to the following members of the school community who will be moving on after this year. And I'd ask you please hold your applause until the end. So thank you to Mrs. Weaver. She joined us as a new teacher several years ago. Will you stand for the light? You have to stay standing. Joined us as a new teacher several years ago. It's been great having her. She's going to have a baby this summer, probably not a big surprise to all of you. A very lucky baby who's going to have a great mom and dad, and also a pretty terrific grandfather, our very own Mr. Weaver. Where are you, Mr. Weaver? Thank you. Okay, Mr. Weaver, you don't have to stand. Thank you to Mrs. Dio, who joined us as a substitute last year, and we were fortunate to have her with us again this year. She's going to be going back to teaching at her public school, and I want to give her some special thanks for her technological expertise, which has been much to our advantage this year. So thank you, Mrs. Dio. Thank you to Mrs. Curran. Mrs. Curran's talent, energy, and enthusiasm have transformed our 4th grade. She's accepted a position at a well-respected and innovative charter school in Troy, where she looks forward to many opportunities, and we wish her well. Thank you to Miss Intellisano. Miss E joined us this year to cover Miss Morgan's time at home with her baby, and she jumped right into middle school life, so much so that you see her with a brace on her leg. She really did it with enthusiasm. She looks forward to graduate school and to a healthy knee and much more soccer in her life. So thank you, Miss E, and thank you to Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins gave wonderful new meaning to the phrase making music this year at Doane Stewart. And he's accepted a public school position near his hometown, and it's sad for us, but very lucky for them. So thank you, Mr. Jenkins. And finally, thank you to Ms. Long. Despite my very best efforts to change their plans, Ms. Long and her fiancé Dave are moving to New York, where Dave has a wonderful new job. However, her spirit will remain with us, and certainly with our championship mock trial team. So please join me in a big round of applause. Invisible, imperishable, good. Our children are shining, twinkling moments in our lives. The imperishable good, visible and invisible, that really can change the world. To be nourished, cherished, and with us always. to our lower school singers and Mr. Jenkins. And I would like to invite Ms. Sweeney, Mrs. Weaver, and Mrs. Dio to introduce their classes. Parents, friends, and fourth graders. Wow, fourth graders, you made it. As your lower school chapter comes to an end, you should each be proud of all you have accomplished. Your time in the lower school is a chapter in your life. It's a novel that's written and experienced by each one of you. Each chapter has a unique and wonderful story on each page. A story filled with laughter and tears, smiles, questions, answers, discoveries, and love. You are each leaving the lower school with many wonderful memories and stories, starting with your time in early childhood with Miss Kafuri, learning about letters and how to play and laugh together. Continuing on with Miss Cassant, who started you on your journey of reading and your love of the printed word. To first grade with Mr. Vaca, who taught you that school and learning is fun. On to second grade with Miss G, who encouraged each of you to fly, always ready to catch you if you fell. To third grade with Ms. Dio, who inspired each of you to come together as a class for a common good. And to fourth grade with me, Mrs. Curran, where you learned to meet challenges academically and socially. You learned to believe in yourself, and you never gave up. You learned about becoming more independent and responsible as you took on your role as fourth graders and leaders of the lower school. Each of these pages under the never-ending love and guidance of our Mrs. Miller. You should be proud of everything you have accomplished in your lower school chapter. And as you move on to the next chapter in your life, remember to believe in yourself as I believe in each of you. Believe in your ability not only to change and grow yourself, but believe in your ability to change the world. You are the best of the best. Good luck, fourth graders, and remember, you will always have a place in my heart. As we hand out certificates, if you could hold your applause until the last certificate is handed out. Louise Akevich. Brandon Panero. Aiden Clausen. Ryan Curran. Mom moment. Connor Dan. Meg Dowling. Hannah Esley. Jake Fernandez. Irene Frias. Eddie Gertler. Quinn Hageman. Neil Hassett. Shalay Minnick. Jesse Miraboli. Veronica Murray. Michelle Norton. Colin Riley. I am very proud to present the 4th grade class of 2014, next year's 5th grade class. I'd like to invite Mr. Corwin, Ms. Baillargeon, and to present grades 5, 6, and 7.
Seventh grade, it's your turn. Please stand and face your parents. I am very proud to present this year's 7th grade and next year's leaders in the middle school. Good morning. If you were anywhere in the capital region yesterday, you may have heard a loud cheering. That was the announcement of the blue-green winner for middle school. It was a very close year, one of the closest in a long time. Since Sky Farm Green were ahead and they entered field day with a 7-point lead. And Blue were able to catch up and pass them and win by 8 points. So it was really Sammy and Aaron, the Blues captains, to come and receive the trophy from Antonia and Dawson, who represent the Queen team.
I'll say we jumped the green team. We did really well this year, and congrats to the blue team and the captains for their win.
Okay, so if there's one thing I can say about this whole year, it was a pleasure to work with all of the 7th, 6th, 5th, and the 8th graders. And it's not really about winning, it's about the leadership that I get to have towards you guys, how I influence you. It's very important to me. And I know that the captains next year, and the year after that, and after that, are going to be good as well. Thank you.
We have some 8th grade students to recognize now. And first, the award for excellence, which goes to the 8th grade student with the highest GPA for the academic year. And this year it goes to Antonia de Pratt. And I have some faculty awards. These are given by a vote of the middle school faculty to 8th graders. And the first one is for his easygoing, upfront nature and playful sense of humor, always balanced with an engaged and sound work ethic. The faculty recognize Thomas Kirby. For his always supportive and helpful manner, and for the friendly and outgoing way in which he approaches each day, the faculty recognize Lucas de Pratt. And for his steadfast and honest character, and for the genuine openness and diligence which he brings to every endeavour, the faculty recognize Dylan Norton.
I get to present the next 2 awards. The St. Magdalene Sophie Community Service Award. This award is given to the student who demonstrates the personal qualities of compassion, generosity, and reliability in making consistent efforts towards raising social awareness in the Donester community and in faithfully performing deeds of community service. And this year, we would like to recognize Alexis Poultry. Award. This award is given to the student whose outreach helped to mold and shape the goodness of the class and whose warm concern has done the most for the life of the class. And this year we recognize Anna Murdoch.
Alumni Award. This award is given to the 8th grade student who, throughout the year, has best exemplified by industry and honorable conduct and understanding of and adherence to the ideals of the Doane Stewart School. And this year we're giving 2 awards. And the awards are given to Antonia DePretta and Dawson Stone.
Doane Stewart Award is an award given by the Board of Trustees to the student who best exemplifies the ideals of the school and who has made a real contribution to the school. This year we're giving the award to 2 students, Sandy Muhammad Ali and Hannah Nye.
I would like to ask one of the 8th graders to come forward to give her address. She's what we call a lifer at Doane Stewart, and I hope she remains that. It means she's been here since the beginning. So I welcome Hannah Nye.
Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. This quote by the genius Albert Einstein acts as a descriptor for a time at Doane Stewart that has been anything but ordinary. The teachers at Doane Stewart definitely do not just give us facts and tell us to repeat those facts on the test. The teachers at Doane Stewart educate. They train the mind to think. From pre-K, when I came to Doane Stewart, to today, my last day as an 8th grader, the teachers have been learning well, whether it be my ABCs or subordinate clauses, 5 plus 5 or the quadratic formula, bonjour or passé composé, America's first president or the various causes of World War I. Mr. H's good morning Hannah every day, Miss B coming to school in her various historical outfits, Mr. Corwin's interesting teaching style, Madame Valenti's intense verb relay games, Mrs. Curran's Polar Express Day, Mrs. Cassan's Kindergarten Olympics, Mrs. Miller's love and guidance through my years at Doane Stewart, and so many more amazing qualities of the teachers here at Doane Stewart give my teachers a special place in my heart. I will always remember how great my teachers have been, and I am, though sad to be moving on from my wonderful middle school teachers, excited to take on the challenge of a new set of teachers in upper school. Thank you so much to each one of the teachers I've had. You've all educated me, you've all trained my mind to think, and I will use your class's teachings, from the literal subject matter to the life lessons you've taught me in upper school and in life. But I also want to thank the parents for all the hard work they do. For years, they have been driving us places, dealing with learning and science fair, and letting us come to such a great school. Thank you. However, this speech is not just about teachers and parents. My friends are also a huge part of my life in school, and out of school as well. My class is one of the best. It's great. We can all lean on each other. I hope that I remain friends with the amazing people in my class for a very long time. Some friends will stay and some will go, but that is okay because I will remain in contact with those who go, and I will remember the memories that I shared with them. Throughout my years in middle school, I have learned of the importance of community thanks to my friends. Softball and soccer for 2 years has given me friends with the sport to bond over, and I am grateful for the opportunity to do these sports, with softball at a varsity level even though I'm only in 8th grade. And I'm grateful for the friends I have made doing these sports. To conclude, lower and middle school has been a roller coaster from start to finish. It has its ups and downs, but it was very fun, and it went so fast. Thank you to everyone I've known for this entire time. You have all inspired me. Now I can only hope that upper school will be as good as lower and middle, and I'm sure it will be.
Dear 8th graders, today I'm faced with the bittersweet ending of our time together. It is sad to see you leave middle school, but sweet to speak about all the personal and academic growth you have made this year. You have been outstanding leaders and role models, and for that I express my gratitude. I asked some of your teachers to help me this morning by sharing thoughts about your class. Mr. Henko said this: whenever we started a new project, whether it was writing songs or designing instruments, this class would become visibly excited about the creative possibilities that were ahead for them. Miss B commented about your enthusiasm following the class trip to Washington, and how you would passionately tell her about the places we visited. To Miss B, it showed her that you really were paying attention during social studies class. Miss Valenti wrote, you are kind, caring, thoughtful, and hilarious. Congratulations on moving up to the upper school. I expect nothing less than amazing achievements from the class of 2018. Mr. H wrote this: I thank this 8th grade for inspiring me to share my passion for science and for humoring me in my rants about no such thing as a free lunch. How excellence got us to Mars, and why good scientists think outside the beaker. May the force, balanced or unbalanced, be with them. For someone who's been teaching as long as I have, there needs to be magical moments that remind me why I've chosen to become a teacher. Thank you, 8th grade, because you have given me a magical year of special moments. I remember fondly how you welcomed the 5th graders and new students at Sky Farm. I think about how your eyes would fill with wonder and a bit of confusion when we were reading Romeo and Juliet. I smile at the memory of you cheering up a friend who was having a bad day. I celebrate the way you led the younger students during blue-green events. You have truly affirmed for me that teaching is not a job, but a privilege. Thank you. You're a class that lives our school mission. We've seen how much you value the joy of discovery, commit to serious study, embrace serving others, and show respect for one another in your community. As we celebrate you today, I end with these wise words from the renowned poet Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you have said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. There is no question, no doubt, class of 2014, that you have left an indelible mark that will last for a long time to come. Best of luck and God's blessing upon each one of you. And now I'm happy to say how pleased we are that this class is about to bring back, we hope, an old tradition by performing for us. Sydney Betts. Angela Calcagno. Erica Canero. Antonia DePreta. Lucas DePreta. Hannah Dollar. Matthew Esley. Ashley Green. Erin Hannah. Reagan Harrigan. Harneet Kaur. Jenna Cute. Thomas Kirby. Roy Kleider. Sophie Lassian. Paloma Labashi. Molly Mathis. Sammy Muhammad Ali. Anna Murdoch. William Murdoch. Dylan Norton. Hannah Nye. Dawson Stone. Alexis Otrin. We also want to recognize two students who couldn't join us this morning, Allison Jones and Rayanne Omer. So this is the class of 2014, next year's graduates. We would like to invite the 8th graders and their special guests to a reception immediately following this in the Commons. Thank you.
Good morning. This is the time of the program where I get the chance to thank the upper school. This year we had a great blue-green competition all year, whether it be with the retreats in the fall, blue during corn roast, or field day just a few weeks ago. All around, competition in the upper school was, I would say, at its pinnacle. You were rocking all year. And so much so that the dominance asserted by one team played through all year. So, I'd like to pull up our blue and green team captains. From the green team, Maggie and Sean, come on up. And from the blue team, Parsley and Shay, come on up. On the trophy signify the green team dominated this year. At this point in time, we will be moving into presenting our classes. So, I will ask that the freshman class please rise and face your parents. They may be everywhere. This freshman class is great, and I'm very proud to announce them as next year's sophomores.
Sophomore year
our accompanist and for being the amazing pianist that he is. And thank you to Mr. Jenkins, Mr. Hetko, and Mr. Weaver, all of whom as music teachers add so much to our lives pretty much every single week. I don't know how many of you know that we have patriotic songs at morning meetings on Tuesdays and special performances on Friday morning meetings at the upper school. And we had a wonderful concert of all of the students in our whole school a couple of weeks ago, and we had a full chapel, and we were pretty excited. So thanks to all of you and all of our students who are so musically talented. Many awards were presented to upper school students in May at our Honors Chapel, and it's our pleasure right now to present the final senior awards of the year. And I'd like to ask Mr. Sacco and Mr. Russell to come to my team. We will probably be tripping over one another up here, but we'll do our best. Our first awards are recognition of 12-year students. Those are the students, Mrs. Hodgkinson referred to them as our lifers. And we have 4 of them this year. One of them isn't here today, but we awarded his certificate to him at Honors Chapel. But I would like to invite Camille Reppert, Dan Sachs, and Carson Smith to come up and
we are pleased to honor Aaron and Maggie Murdoch.